Hello there from Old Man Tots. This is my first video, and I hope it'll be a good start to a long run on YouTube. This topic came to mind and I wanted to talk about it. And the topic is a dog or not to dog. Now, my kids have a golden doodle and a cavapoo. My wife and I had a golden retriever, a black lab, a Scottish terrier, and a Weimaraner puppy, which ate a wild mushroom the first week we had it, and he passed away, unfortunately. All of our other dogs lived long and happy lives except for Duncan, the Scottish terrier that had a skin allergy so bad that we had to put her down. That was really unfortunate. Sweet dog, but as it got 6 or 7 years old, it just got really ornery, and there's really nothing we could do about it. Now, our daughter is a dogaholic. In addition to her cavapoo, has also had a shepherd mix, a Rottweiler pit bull mix named Titus. I love that dog, not only because I knew my daughter was safe when she went on runs in the city, but also because the dog had a sweet and gentle personality. But he was a brute and didn't know his own strength. Unless you introduced yourself properly or were part of his family, he would take a stance that would just terrify you. He ended up developing a nervous tic where he would nip at strangers, and my daughter had to put him down, unfortunately. She also had a miniature pinscher, a boxer mix, and a Great Dane. She just loves dogs. Now, until a few months ago, she for a long time couldn't have a dog because her son had bad allergies. So for years, my wife and I refused to have a dog or to take care of any dogs at our house because it prevented our grandson from visiting us because he was allergic. Same thing for my son's dog, Molly. When they went on vacation, my wife refused to let them keep her here while they were on vacation. As it turns out, cavapoos are non-allergenic, and her son tolerates the dog very well, plus he's outgrown some of his allergies. So the only ones right now that don't have a dog are me and my wife. Should we get a dog, or does our older lifestyle preclude us from getting a dog? Right now we actually have 2 dogs because when our kids go on vacations or go out of town, guess who gets the dogs? We do. It's like grandkids. They come to visit, you spoil them, and then you send them back to their parents. It's kind of a perfect situation. I told my wife many times over the years that I needed a shop dog, which I think I would really enjoy. But then the reality sits in of having to take care of the dog on a daily basis as we come and go from the house. Now that we're both retired, you'd think that would be easy, but our schedules are not consistent at all. Every day I see neighbors walking their dogs down the street morning and night, and I think unless we're able to devote the time, it's just not fair to the dog. Plus, and this is probably a bit selfish to say, I really don't want to give up my time to do it. Between my hobbies, my wife's hobbies, which also end up being my hobbies, she's a gardener, and the never-ending doctor's office visits that seem to happen on a regular basis, I've been a type 1 diabetic since the age of 26, and I'm on a pump and a sensor. Well controlled, it's still a lot of work. This past year, I've also had multiple surgeries to fix old injuries that developed into osteoarthritis, including my big toe, a left knee replacement, an ingrown toenail, plus I had a couple of pinched nerves fixed in my arm, and I need to have 2 surgeries on my thumb joints. I'm fairly healthy, but staying that way takes some work and time to exercise, eat right, and get good sleep. Do I have time for a dog? I don't think it's fair to a dog just to keep it inside and not exercise him. Our son's golden doodle is not walked on a regular basis. When she comes over to our house for a visit, my wife walks her twice a day, and the dog absolutely loves it. I hope Molly, the dog, doesn't get depressed when she goes back home. She seems happy. I think that's because our identical twin granddaughters keep her happy. When I was growing up, my dad had hunting dogs galore. He had beagles for hunting cottontail rabbits, black and tans for hunting raccoon. Yes, we hunted raccoon at night. That was a lot of fun, treeing raccoon. I digress. And I had a Boston Terrier called Penny. I loved that dog to death and remember spinning her in circles in the air while she was holding onto a towel until she let go from jaw fatigue and went rolling across the lawn. It's amazing how little kids think things are funny when it's actually pretty dangerous to the animal. But Penny kept coming back for more every time. Now my daughter has been trying to convince me to get another Cavapoo just like hers, but the opposite sex because she says they'd get along better. She also wants it to be a contrasting color. She actually has the dog picked out for me to get. Now Hazel, the dog, is a sweetheart and would make a great dog, although my history is larger dogs. There's something about tiny lap dogs that goes against my grain. Probably because my dad had big hunting dogs all the time. Regardless, the cost of this dog, including training, is ridiculously high in my humble opinion. I mean, we're talking about thousands and thousands of dollars. Being retired and on a fixed income, I think is the excuse I'm going to use. Maybe I need to get older before I get a dog. When I get so old that I can't walk anymore and have to sit all day long and can't pursue my hobbies or travel. Maybe that's when I'll get a dog. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. There's more to come.